Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Here on the Bitcoin chart, we're currently holding still above this Fibonacci support zone. The price is still holding above the CME gap, which is located between 77k and 81.5k roughly. This was closed recently. The price is now using this gap highlighted here in green, as support. So we are at an interesting spot because we have strong support below, but also resistance above. Specifically, the trend line here is what I'm watching. Clearly, it's the trend line that's currently acting as resistance here along the way. Also, the price could not maintain its position above the 200-day moving average. So this is highlighted here in white. Clearly, that's being respected. It was respected as resistance before here throughout the last, you could say, couple of weeks. Then we had a move above, candle close, break below, and now we're consolidating again below that 200-day moving average. Now, that being said, we're also approaching this trend line, which is definitely something I'm watching. In addition to that, if we open the relative strength index here, you can see that we've also arrived at a critical spot because sometimes the 50 level can act as support, but also resistance. As you can probably clearly see here, there are various instances where the price tried to break above the 50 line of the RSI. And for now, we could even call that resistance. We can call that resistance. Any break above 50 here on the RSI, or let's call it rather 51, could be a signal that the bulls are starting to take the lead. Sometimes RSI resistances are even more important than actually on the price. That's the same for trend lines on the RSI as well. Definitely interesting. The bullish divergence, by the way, is still holding. Didn't get taken out. What would be great is now if the market could hold here above 32.5 and break above 51 on the daily relative strength index. These are the things I'm watching for at the moment. Obviously, on the smaller time frame, we do have micro support and a setup to watch. In addition to that, if we get another low here, which we can, I mean, again, there was no breakout confirmation. There was a there is a local breakout on the smaller time frame. That was an initial break above resistance a few days ago. But the market hasn't rallied impulsively, which isn't a surprise given that we're looking for diagonal patterns only at the moment. And a quick reminder, something I mentioned a few weeks back, we're only dealing with corrective rallies here in this area. We don't necessarily expect very clean 5-wave movements. I think at best we're expecting diagonal patterns. So tracking the microstructures is tricky. So I'm not going to talk about the white and the red scenario. We do that every single day. So let's go to the smaller time frames. But if you have a question about that, just let me know. Best is if you just drop the question under the last Bitcoin post here on X, because that's where we are very active. Then you can also discuss with the community and everything. You'll find the link to our X profile pinned in the comments section and the description. I also posted a mark review about Bitcoin here today. I invite you to join the discussion. Let us know your opinion and so on. Let's talk about the smaller time frame. Here, this is interesting because this is the setup I mentioned, a so-called 1-2 setup. And we could now be in this third wave to the upside. But again, that here, okay, might be the A wave. This is a 3-wave pullback so far. You already know this support area from yesterday if you watched the last video. It's between 82,444 and 84,235. So definitely watch here the area for potential reaction. Good reward to risk ratio here. Can I promise it's going to hold? No, because this is not a high probability setup. Still though, good reward to risk ratio. I can definitely see, the potential maybe for another low. So again, labeling that is not so important because it's the support area that really matters. But I could even say that on the micro level, the initial decline here was WXY. And the reason why am I saying that is because this rally yesterday was a 3-wave move, so I would not be surprised if we go down a little lower. Don't have to though. A, B, C, even that B wave could still extend. I mean, again, there are some options here. That's why first indication that a local low is established is a break above that B wave high at around $84,810. Better, yeah, so that would be the first one, but that's the resistance area anyway here between 84,755 to 85,092. So let's clear that first. Then we can watch the X wave high up here at around 86,547. That would be the next key level to watch. I could definitely see this extend further. I'm not saying a low is in. I kind of want to leave it open a little bit because this is not clearly a bottoming confirmation. So I guess one more low would give us a clean lower low at least. Then a rally would be great, or we break out directly above resistance, then at least we have the next key level there to watch. But either way, this is an area where I am watching for reversal and potentially the start of circle wave C to the upside within the third wave. Definitely something to watch for. Yeah, any break below 82,444 would indicate that probably this setup, this AB setup, or AB structure will be invalidated. The invalidation point, though, is only down here. That's the red line. That's the formal invalidation line for this setup, for this structure. And it is located around, $81,140. So yeah, that's what I'm watching for today. And if the price can actually rally higher and break above initial resistance, we can clear that first Fibonacci resistance. And we get to the next one here, that breakout point, which is the X wave high. Then the next rally above should take us to around about $90,280. How do we calculate that? Again, that's still subject to change, but we measure the length of the A wave, then we go to the low of the B wave here, that last pullback, and it's the 100% extension level that we are tracking then as a potential target. Yeah, that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, as I said, I invite you to join us here on X. You can discuss. I'll be over there for the next few hours to answer questions. Just post here below the last Bitcoin post, which I published today. Join the conversation with the community. We're all very active there. And yeah, thank you very much. Bye-bye.